Hello guys, another quick update here. Given the fact that one of the things that I'm doing is building this automation for my computer UPS, I knew there was something wrong with this when I first designed it because it seemed too easy because it's actually a little bit tricky to get all the signals right. Where's the mistake? Let me see, I'll use pink, why not? Nice little pink. Not that much. This is the problem. I have the part of the circuit down here that does the power off for the UPS, and I said that it will sense the USB level through an inverting gate that converts 0 to 1 when the voltage drops, and when the voltage drops the PC turns off. It would output a 1 or voltage to power off another pulse on power on 555 timer. But here's the issue. Uh, this thing being powered directly from the mains, which means this thing turns on immediately as I press this main switch here. Um, well, what happens is it would instantly sense a 0 at the input because the PC is not yet turned on. We have this delay here from the first 555 timer, and it would immediately power on this delayed pulse timer here in the same time with this one, and I don't know what's that going to do, but it's obviously wrong and it will malfunction. So what I need to do is to delay uh, the power for this inverting gate. I will need to have this disappear, so we're not powering it from the main power supply here. In fact, let me choose the color. I'm going to have to build another 555 delay, but this will be a 555 delay on. This is the module here. It will be powered by the USB. Wait, so it's gonna be like this? Nope. It's gonna be powered by the USB. What's the difference? The difference is that it will give up, it will output a signal like this, X seconds. I don't know how many seconds yet. And then it will stay permanently on after a while, because I need for the whole thing to happen this delayed pulse to turn on the UPS. Then I need like half a second or so I can have all the voltages on the PC. I'm not sure if how much delay there is, how the voltage is on the USB exactly when it starts, and that's what I want to avoid. I don't have an oscilloscope. I can't see waveforms, and it's really not necessary. I just want to bypass that uncertain startup period, and once the PC is turned on for good, then this time has passed, the excess here. This delayed on 555 will give permanent power. Now, why do I do this? It's too long. This delayed on will give permanent power to the inverting gate, but only after a certain amount of time. So After we have this initial pulse that turns on the UPS, after the PC has turned on, and even after some more time, it will output the power for the inverting gate, and this will definitely have a 1 here and a 0 at the output permanently from the beginning of its power up sequence, all the way until the PC goes down, which is not really right, because if the PC turns off, then this whole thing will fall and nothing will happen. Wow, this is a lot more than I expected. Delay on. No, the delay on is a perfect idea, but not here. It's going to have to be powered from the main power supply. Just gonna write D on. Delay on. This is going to be powered by the power supply, so I press the main switch. This power supply remains permanently turned on until I manually turn off mains voltage. This creates a delay. I'm just gonna do this. I'm not gonna bother with and this is going to be X seconds. So after this first timer is done, after the PS powers on, after the PC is powered on, I'll have to do this manually, perhaps with a potentiometer in the circuit. Just adjust the values until it's right. It will have a delay after all these things happen, permanently powering on this inverting gate, which is on. The PC turns off. This is gonna be a 0. PC turns off. Mains power supply is still turned on, has nothing to do with the UPS or the PC. This in turn will go 1 because the gate is functioning and it will invert the signal. And it will power on this 555 timer, giving a turn off pulse for the UPS. So we're gonna have this timer permanently powered on now, and then I just manually disconnect this switch, and everything goes dead. I think that's it. Yeah, so I'm gonna need in the end, gonna need 1. I've built this one. 2 right here. 3, about 4 ICs. It seems right. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm missing, and I don't think so. I thought it's gonna be a little bit easier, but you really can't do much about it because there really is this dance around with timing values. It all has to be orchestrated uh, pretty nicely, not to fall with a pulse in the wrong timing, because then everything will either malfunction or not work at all. It is simple to build nonetheless. I mean, it's just 555s and an inverting gate. This thing will be just, and covered the symbol there, will be just the IC powered on and have basically all the gates but one connected to the grounding, and just this one with an input and an output, and that will be all. So it's really not that much of a design issue. Okay, this being said, this is the new block diagram. I'm sure I can do a better one. Actually, you know what? Let's do a block diagram. I'm gonna insert a new layer here. This new layer is gonna be nope, flooded with white. And then set the opacity a little bit so we can see a little bit what's going on behind me. You know what? Let's go for black. Let's go for black. And also let's go for text. Not that big. 50. Wow, that's 10. Okay, black as well. This is gonna be mains. Just trying to get a brush. Okay, so we have the mains. This is the desk switch. It goes to the UPS. UPS powers the PC. The font is still too big. This will be the UPS power. And I need USB for the PC. What else? What else? Why do you keep doing that? What else? Sorry about this. Power supply. Right here. This will be 555. Pulse on, power on. Our usual generators go away. Duplicate layer. Pulse on, power on. Trying to build an actual normal block diagram. This will be the inverting gate. Okay, anything else we have? The 555. Delayed power. This one's gonna be a bit different. It's still just a 555 with a few components around it, nothing special. Okay, so let's do the connections. That is the smudge, not good. So directly from the mains, we go to the power supply. The power supply goes directly to the 555 pulse on, power on, the first one. How can I do this? A shape, some kind of a balloon, speech bubble, something like a speech bubble. Are these all the shapes? I don't think so. Okay, these are all the shapes. I can't see the speech bubble. Do you see the speech bubble? What in the world? Talk bubbles. Why are they black? No fill, just stroke. The stroke's gonna be this white, black. Normal line, maybe not black, maybe a blue. Wait, do I have any side? This maybe? I don't really like these, so let's choose some others. Shapes. Shapes. Will this do? Oh, the hell with it. I'll just draw it. With blue. Or come on! Some things have changed with Photoshop. What are you doing? Okay, here's what. So I'm just gonna I'm gonna go ahead and draw it. So this is going to be the main turn on timer for the UPS, and after this amount of time right here it will create a 1-second pulse that goes to the UPS power. Then again, this is the power on pulse. Okay. Right. Then we have the USB acting as an input for the logical inverting gate. The delayed power timer will be powered on by the same power supply. Now what, I'm actually going to use blue for the timed outputs. It looks a lot nicer. No, what the hell is that? Okay, so the power supply powers on the delayed power timer, and this goes permanently on after a certain amount of time, powering up. I'm gonna write this one by hand. Powering the inverting gate. This is the USB acting as an input. This is in. This is the output of the inverting gate. And another timer here. Same 1 second. That goes to the UPS power switch. And This should be the diagram. Let's put a new background layer, fill it with white. Okay, let's simulate again. This is going to be green for power on. A bit wider this time. I power on the... what in the world? Power on the mains. UPS is turned on, but it doesn't have its output on. There's no power coming from the UPS to the PC. I am powering on the power supply. The power supply then powers on the first 555 pulse timer. After a certain amount of time, there's a 1 second pulse here. UPS goes ka-ding on, turns the PC on. We have live USB power. In the same time, with the first 555 timer, we have the delayed power timer. This one goes live as well. For the time being, there's no power on the inverting gate. After all this is done, the delayed power on timer finally powers on the inverting gate. The input will be 1 and the output 0. There's nothing going on with the second pulse on power on timer. And this is the power on sequence. Say I want to turn everything off, I just shut down my PC as normal. So PC goes ka-ching, down, turned off. The inverting gate is live. It's okay. An OK sign with red color. Yeah. This will go 0. This will go on. There's still power on the inverting gate. There's nothing going on with the power supply here. This will activate the second pulse on power on timer, giving a pulse. Now that's bullshit. 1 second pulse on UPS, turning the UPS off. No power to the PC. UPS shuts down. Still powered on, but its output shuts down. These are continuously still powered on, so they just remain in their initial state. Nothing going on here. This one also stabilizes after outputting the pulse, and that's all. I think I just kill the switch, and then everything goes dead. That should work. I hope I didn't make any other mistake now. Let me just remove these. These were just for making an example now, and I will save it this time. Last time I didn't. Oh, actually, Photoshop format. Saving it as 555 stuff. Yeah, this should be the new thing. And as always, I'll come back with another video when I'll decide to work some more on the circuit. Until then, thank you very much for watching, and catch you next time. Bye bye.